Once upon a time, in the great kingdom of Zamora, there lived a young prince named Jabari. He was strong, wise, and kind-hearted, but his greatest worry was finding a woman who would love him for who he was, not for his royal status and wealth. As the only son of King Azubuike and Queen Imani, he was expected to marry soon, but the women who came to the palace only admired his riches, fine clothes, and golden throne. One evening, Prince Jabari sat under the great baobab tree, deep in thought. He wanted to find a woman who valued honesty, kindness, and hard work, someone who saw beyond his crown. That night, he made a bold decision. He would disguise himself as a simple villager and live among his people to learn how they truly lived, and to find a woman who would love him for his heart. The next morning, he dressed in plain clothes, took only a small bag of essentials, and rode his horse far away from the palace. He traveled for days until he reached a small village called Kurumi, known for its hard-working farmers and traders. No one in Kurumi had ever seen the prince, as they lived far from the capital. He introduced himself as Jabu, a common traveler seeking work. The village welcomed him warmly, and soon he found a job working on the farm of an elderly man named Babatunji. Jabu worked from sunrise to sunset, learning the ways of the land. He tilled the soil, planted seeds, and fetched water from the river. It was exhausting work, but he found joy in the simplicity of life. The villagers shared their meals with him, and for the first time, he felt truly connected to his people. They did not bow before him or treat him with special care. They treated him as one of their own. Among the villagers was a young woman named Amina. She was known for her kindness, hard work, and selflessness. She cared for her sick mother, helped the elderly, and worked tirelessly in the fields. Despite her hardships, she always had a smile on her face and a kind word for everyone. Jabu was drawn to her, not just for her beauty, but for her pure heart. As weeks passed, Jabu and Amina grew close. They worked side by side, shared laughter, and spoke about their dreams. Amina wished to build a school for the village children so they could learn to read and write. Jabu admired her ambition and generosity. He often thought about revealing his true identity, but he was afraid. Would she treat him differently if she knew he was the prince? One day, a great storm swept through the village, destroying crops and flooding homes. The villagers were devastated, but Amina did not lose hope. She gathered everyone and led the effort to rebuild their homes and farms. Jabu saw her strength and resilience and knew that she was the one he had been searching for. He loved her not just for her kindness, but for her unwavering spirit. Days later, the village elders called for a meeting. They discussed ways to recover from the disaster, but the challenges were great. Jabu knew it was time to reveal himself. He stood before them and removed the cloth that covered his head, letting them see his true face. The villagers gasped in shock. "I am Prince Jabari of Zamora," he announced. "I came here to learn the ways of my people and to find someone who values kindness and hard work over riches." The villagers were astonished, but Amina felt betrayed. She had trusted Jabu, and now she realized he had been keeping a great secret. Hurt and confused, she walked away. Prince Jabari knew he had to prove himself. He immediately sent word to the palace, and within days, royal messengers arrived with food, seeds, and supplies to help rebuild the village. He worked harder than ever, leading the efforts to restore Kurumi. Slowly, the villagers saw that his kindness had been genuine, and Amina, too, began to forgive him. One evening, as the sun set over the village, Jabari approached Amina. He apologized for not telling her the truth sooner and expressed his love for her. Amina, with tears in her eyes, realized that he had not changed. He was still the same hard-working, kind man she had come to care for. She forgave him, and when he asked her to return with him to the palace as his queen, she accepted. The village rejoiced as Amina and Jabari left for the royal city, where a grand wedding was held. But Amina never forgot her roots. As queen, she built schools, hospitals, and farms, ensuring that villages like Kurumi thrived. She and Jabari ruled with wisdom and kindness, never forgetting the lessons they had learned. Moral of the story: This story teaches us that true love and character matter more than wealth and status. Prince Jabari sought someone who would love him for who he was, not for his riches. Amina's kindness, hard work, and selflessness proved that a pure heart is more valuable than gold. In life, we must value people for their inner qualities, not their outward appearances. Hard work, humility, and love are what truly make a person rich.